Hey everyone, I'm Peter Brown here with Tom McShay, and Tom just got to go see Nintendo's selection of new Wii U games. Let me see, you got to see Wonderful 101.
Yep.
Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia. Then you had Wii Party U. What was the last one?
Pikmin 3.
And that's the one you're most excited about.
Yes.
So tell me about Pikmin 3.
So Pikmin 3, at E3 I got to play the battle mode, and this time it was cooperative mode, which is a lot closer to single player Pikmin because your job is to kill enemies and collect treasure. And it's really kind of fantastic because it doesn't take long before you like get that itch and you realize exactly what's awesome. Like there's these winged Pikmin now, and you throw a few of them at like a gate, and then they raise the gate up, and then you can go underneath the gates, and then all of a sudden you're in another part of the world and you're attacking new monsters and you're collecting golden strawberries. It's really kind of extraordinary, but it sounds silly, but it's just super fun.
Okay, and this comes out when? Late August,
This
I believe?
is August 4th.
Okay, so really
Which
not
is
that far
super
away.
soon, and I'm pumped about it. And yeah, in this one there's like 3 different Alamars. I don't know what their names are, but there's 3 different guys you can switch between. So there's 2 humans playing, so there's always one that's just sitting there. So you can like toss them up to like a higher ground and then switch to them and then control them from that higher ground. So there's a little bit of strategy and like working together to get all of the area cleared as efficiently as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Nice. Speaking of teamwork, Wii Party U.
Oh my God.
What was your impression of it?
I feel so enthusiastic, like
Okay.
shamelessly so. But this is real. Okay, so there is this game that we played. One person has the gamepad.
Yeah.
And the other person the other people, it's like 4 or 5 people are playing, all have Wii remotes. And so the gamepad tells the person, and only the person with the pad, to make a specific face. And when I had it, it was pretend like you see a giant and you're shocked. So I had to make a face that's that reaction that I've never had in real life. So I'm like looking up, and I take the shot, and then it goes on the TV, and everyone sees me going, and then they have multiple choice of like, what is Tom's face trying to do, and then they guess. And it's kind of fantastic because it's so goofy. One of the Nintendo representatives there had like this close like that, and I thought she was bad at winking, but she was really, because it was 2 eyes closed instead of one.
Right.
But it was really biting through a rope. So there's like 80 of these mini games, and they're all ludicrous, and they're all ridiculous. I kept telling the Nintendo reps, this is ridiculous, and they're like, yeah, thanks. Because that's the kind of thing it is it's really goofy, and I'm kind of glad that Nintendo is still catering to the casual fan, because I like those games.
Is this goofy, like the WarioWare games goofy?
They're not like the WarioWare goofies. It's more like Mario Party, but there is a little more flavor just because you have this gamepad that can take pictures and stuff.
Okay, all right. And what did you get to play of Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics? Is this just, we've had what, 3 of these
We've
games
had,
now?
a few of them on the DS and the Wii. So there's a lot of motion controls with this one. So I was like on skis and I was like tilting like this. And like, it's kind of what you'd expect. And it's fun, but it's not overwhelmingly awesome. The one that was kind of clever is there's a 4-player bobsled. And so the dude at front had the gamepad, and it was first-person perspective, and he was leaning.
Yeah.
And then the 3 people behind him all lined up behind him.
Did they have like Wiimotes in their hands?
And I was one of the people. We all had Wiimotes in our hand, and we were all like leaning at the same time to go through the turns.
Yeah.
And it's just stupid enough to be fun. Like it sounds dumb because it is dumb, but it's genuinely like more fun to be in line like that and pretending like you actually are.
Yeah. Well,
in a bobsled.
It seems lighthearted, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like throwing back to imagination a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it totally, because like the Nintendo rep is like, you can do this on your couch and just sitting there, but like it's not as fun as just getting in line and pretending you really are like leaning through these turns.
Yeah.
And I totally got into it, so yeah, I'm a sucker for fun, I guess.
You're a sucker for fun.
Yeah, guilty.
But so I know you're a sucker for Pikmin, and I have a hunch Wonderful 101 is kind of similar to Pikmin?
No.
No. Okay.
No, how
Why am I
dare you.
wrong? Why am I wrong?
I didn't know what this game was, so it's chaotic because there's like 100 characters on screen, like 101 roughly. But it's made by Kamiya, who he did
Kamiya, right?
Hideki Kamiya, who invented Devil May Cry and Beautiful Joe and Bayonetta, and it's a razor sharp action game. That, like,
razor sharp action game?
Precision, and I had to keep like 3-hit combo, diving out of the way. Like it is actually a real pure action game, just like stripped down Bayonetta because it's not quite as complex, but it still feels like that, which I didn't expect. But so the gimmick is kind of like using the right stick or the gamepad.
Okay.
You draw different shapes, and it's very simple shapes. If you draw an S, for instance, it's a whip. And all of a sudden you stack your heroes, and depending on how many you have is how powerful the whip is. So you have this weapon, or you can have a sword, or you can have a gun, and the bullets are your heroes, which is awesome. It's like a Perry Bible Fellowship strip where you're shooting your friends from a gun. So it's really quirky, and it's really good action, and it's really clever, and I'm just like, I love it. That game is amazing. From what I played, it was like 10 minutes, but I loved it.
Do you start off with 101?
No, you collect them as you go, and you kind of circle them to rescue them, and you rescue ordinary citizens who like join your party until they realize that they're ordinary citizens, and then you also recruit superheroes, and it's so unique because it's I've never played anything quite like this, and I instantly loved it, and Kamiya is crazy genius.
So do you think this is sort of the selection of games that Nintendo fans are waiting for? Like if they're looking for original stuff, not like another Mario. I mean, does this seem to be a pretty good palette?
This is a really good, and it's super diverse, which is nice, because I mean, Pikmin is a strategy thing that's like a thoughtful game, and then there's the casual stuff, and then there's this action game. So I mean, there's a really good variety there, and I don't think any one of these games is why you should buy a Wii U.
Okay.
But I think like the combination of these games, and you throw in like Mario and Mario Kart and some of these other heavyweights coming out, like that's where it's harder and harder to resist, because it's just like every month there is something new coming out that's really good. So if they can continue this kind of momentum, even 1 or 2 games a month is enough when it's as good as Wonderful 101.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to follow us on YouTube/GameSpot and GameSpot on Twitter. So thanks for watching.